So please welcome to the stage one of this year's, come on, this is so powerful, these people that are in this room. Elizabeth Olsen.
It's called an attraction. It's only when I'm gone that you want me. Let's call it attraction. You come in, stay out, stay out. Let's call it attraction. I feel it in the way that you hold me.
Oh boy. Thanks. Thank you. Okay. Grounding. Okay. So this room space outside is really incredible to be a part of. And I just want to first thank Variety for inviting me to be here tonight, because it's really an incredible opportunity for me to take the time to honor a woman who's here tonight, Gail Abarbanel, who has made the world a better place. And for those of you who have not been to their foundation's brunches, which I'm sure some of you have, Gail is the founder of the Rape Treatment Center and Stuart House here in Los Angeles, as well as the president of the Rape Foundation. They're responsible for creating state-of-the-art treatment centers, prevention and educational programs, as well as policy and institutional reforms for rape victims across the country. And Gail started her work almost 50 years ago in 1974, and she was a social worker in the Santa Monica Hospital ER, and that's where she saw the lack of specialized care and privacy for rape victims. So to meet this need, Gail started a separate 24-hour clinic within the hospital designed specifically to care for sexual assault victims. And then that clinic grew to become the Rape Treatment Center. And as Gail often says, everything the Rape Foundation has created was inspired by what we learned from listening to the needs of victims. And in 1988, Gail saw that there is another need, a center for child victims. So she started Stuart House, a facility dedicated to sexually abused children and their families, which has since become an international model for child advocacy centers around the world. And it is a place where I have been very lucky to volunteer for the last 6 years. I met Gail in 2015, and she graciously took me on a tour of Stuart House and the facilities. And during our tour, I learned about all the ways that Stuart House has managed to fill a need in a system that can otherwise be so damaging to child victims. Because without a program like Stuart House, it's not unheard of for a child to have to go to as many as 6 different agencies to report their abuse and sit through interviews by professionals with no training whatsoever on how to work with children. But at Stuart House, they provide in-house police detectives, prosecutors, child advocates, therapists, and forensic services to help expedite investigations and child protection actions. And I was there just yesterday volunteering in the waiting room, and a mother and her daughter had come in around 8:30, and by 12:30, after their forensic interviews, they were able to get the perpetrator on the phone, get him to admit to what he did, and then the in-house detectives then and there went to go make an arrest, and that all happened within 3-4 hours. It's incredible. And beyond those services, Stuart House also provides long-term trauma-informed therapy for kids and their families as well, and all of their services are, of course, completely free. And so as a trained volunteer, Debbie, who runs our volunteer program, is here also tonight. I get to work in the playroom. That is our waiting room. And we are there to welcome and to engage with the kids and teenagers while they're waiting for their appointments. So that could mean playing Uno, that could mean playing with magnetic tiles, or just trying to create some comfortable small talk. Because our goal while they're there is to create a safe, positive environment from the moment they walk in the door, so that all the kids entering the building, they feel safe and comfortable to share their story in either their forensic interview or in their therapy session. And I don't say this lightly, but the kids who come to Stuart House, they really love coming, especially the ones that get to come repeatedly week after week for therapy. There's a boy who is 5 who's been with us for the last 3 months, and he started coming early just because he wants to play with our magnetic tiles, basically. But it doesn't matter, because ultimately he's having a positive association with the people and the place where he is receiving treatment, because that treatment will ultimately be life-saving for his future. And his future is one of many that Gail has helped transform. And on top of that, she has also helped transform the system itself through policy reforms, educational programs in our police departments and in our schools. And she's even helped other cities implement systems and programs within their own communities. So when I learned about tonight, I asked Gail if there is anything that she would like to do next with the foundation, because in my mind, she's already thought of everything. And she said, yes, to stop sexual abuse on the internet. And to me, that sounded very, very big and maybe impossible. But if you were to ask her what she wanted to create in 1974, I think that would have also sounded just as big and impossible. So again, Variety, thank you so much for having me here today so that I can take this time to honor Gail and her life's work with the Rape Foundation, Stuart House, and the Rape Treatment Center here in Los Angeles. It's my greatest privilege to honor you here tonight. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for this space. Thank you.